What's up, guys? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. This Village Echoes here, and I'm your presenter, guys. And thank you very much for always coming back on this YouTube channel. You support me, guys. You are amazing. I really appreciate you, guys, and I don't take you for granted. Uh, the love that you guys have really shown me on this channel, I can't explain it. It's all about just saying thank you very much and be blessed. And may God bless you, plus your family, maybe your friends, and all your work that maybe you are doing. May God bless you abundantly. And even you sacrificing your time and coming back and watching this video, I don't take it for granted. Be blessed, and may God bless you abundantly, abundantly. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Here we are, and this is Village Echoes, and this is the echoes of the village that are now I'm going to give you. Guys, as the title suggests, that our young man, Brian, is now going back to school. For those people who don't know, here in Kenya, guys, students, or we call them pupils, have got have got what we call three holidays per year. So these people usually go for an April holiday, August holiday, and also in December. That is Christmas and maybe New Year break. So this time, kids or students were at what we call an August holiday. So Brian is now set to go to school. I think next week or probably on Monday. And we really appreciate and we really give flowers to Ayamara for what he has really done to this family. But again, all this support, all this time that Maro has sacrificed himself, and all this, how can I call it, support and everything that Maro has really decided to come over in this family. Still, there is people who are making videos. There is people who are making content trying to criticize this story of Brian going back to school. Imagine there is this lady called M. Carol. She just made a video trying to complain that Maro has really concentrated on grandma's house and he has left Brian's aside. He has really concentrated on construction and now he wants to gain a donation through this construction and he is not even concentrating on Brian's uh, issues. And she even trying to say that Maro could even employ a private teacher to teach Brian during the holiday so that if the school is going to be open, Brian will be able to, when the school is going to be open, when they will take back Brian to school, they will find that Brian is a changed man and a clever boy. That's a good idea, Carol. But on the other side, you also say that if they never did that, Brian is going to steal things from other kids or from other students in school. That such kinds of mind, we call them negative. Are you real a woman who has a kid? Are you real a parent to somebody? Praying for Brian those bad omens. Praying for Brian things that you know, like you still believe that Brian is not going to change. You still believe that this boy, when he will go back to school, he is not going to be a changed man. You know, and if these people are trying to say that Maro could employ a private teacher to teach Brian during these 3 weeks, guys, can 3 weeks really change somebody's, or 2 weeks can really change Brian? Because we have real Maro came out and realized what might be making Brian to be a thief or stealing things from others. Maybe is due to poverty and lack of maybe small things. And this is what Maro is now trying to fix and to make sure that Brian is now going back to school while he is very comfortable, enough pocket money and enough equipments of school so that he is going to study very smoothly without any stress than like before. But now, Carol, she is here telling us that she is real assuring people that Because Marwa never employed a private teacher to teach Brian a good character, still Brian is going to continue with what he has been doing in stealing from other students in school. Guys, imagine that is a parent to somebody. That is a woman who has got kids, and you are just making videos on internet, trying to publish them and telling and praying for bad things to other kids, instead of praying for Brian to go and change, because people are outside there praying that so Brian can go and change. But Carol, she's really making a video with a very serious face, telling people that, you know, Maro could employ somebody to teach Brian during the holiday. You know, guys, sometimes let us not take every problem that now Brian used to have and attach it to Maro. Maro has really played his part. Maro has tried his best, because me, I've not seen where Maro has really gone wrong. Maro is building a house for this family, and that house that is being built, automatically that is Brian's house. That one will be a forever house for him. Me, I don't think if Brian will come to build another house in future. What for? That is enough house. Maybe decorating a compound and adding some small outdoor kitchen, and maybe small houses for cows and everything. And he call it a home, because that house, in real sense, in reality, is the Brian who is going to own that house. And Maro is building that house for Brian. Already is creating his future life. That is one. Two, Maro has not rejected to take him to school, because schools were open just yesterday. So when schools are open, guys, for those people who don't know how Kenyan schools operate, the first 1 week, it's all about arriving of the students, arranging things here and there. That is the people who are students who used to be in that school, not new students. Then the next week that follows, that is when now new students start to report, they get admitted. Maybe because Mara, they decided they are going to change a school for this guy. Now they have to wait a staff of that school to organize themselves. People need to do cleanliness in school. Then after the head of the school, now the staff has really settled down. This is when now the boy is supposed to go there and get admitted. But now people have now started to change. That is Carol, guys. She's now started to change and try to say that, Maro is not ready to take Brian to school. And Brian is going to go to school, because schools were opened yesterday, 1 day ago. You cannot just open a school and run there, because they also need to know which kind of a uniform Brian needs, which kind of bed sheets. Even schools are very much selective. Which kind of a mattress Brian needs, maybe which kind of equipment that does a certain school needs. So they need to, the first 1 week, this is where people now prepare and get admitted, or they get admission in school. So I don't know where these people, Carol, coming out with a negative mind, trying to say that because Marwa never employed a private teacher to teach this young man, believe me not, Brian is going to continue with the same character in school. You just sit down and you have kids, you are a parent to somebody, and you are there praying wrong things to other people's son. And me, I've learned this thing even back in the village. Parents who are very judgeable, like there is parents who usually judge other kids, other parents' kids. Like there is parents back in our village, maybe in one way or the other, their life is not just, when they see you with their kid, they keep on judging the other kid who is coming from a poor family. Like maybe you are the one who influencing my son to do this and this. And all those parents who usually judge other kids, all parents who usually judge other kids, those things usually go back to their kids. So me, I wonder if Carol, she really have kids, because the way she's talking that Brian is not going to change if Mara never did that. And Carol has not even contributed even a single coin to that construction. Now she's feeling very pain. I don't know why she's feeling very pain about that story. And yet, she has not even contributed even a single coin. You know, they want now to put all of problems and attach them to Maro's name. That because Maro has played his role, and Maro is also doing what the subscribers have told him. He has been real comparing everybody's opinion, and that's the reason why Maro is there, and that is what Maro is doing there. Brian is on the right position. Brian is on the right route, because if Brian already have a home, that is Brian's home in future. And now what is next? Going to school. And we really appreciate Maro that he is going to take the boy in school very soon. But these people, Carol, just coming and being opposed. She's just every time opposition. You know, that now they wanted to. I don't know how I can put it. That Maro was really supposed to employ a private teacher to teach this young man a good character, to teach this young man uh, how can I call it, to teach him privately, so that when Brian will go back to school, he will be a clever boy. You know, that is a funny thing with education. For people who have really gone through the system, uh, I'm sorry for those for the people who have never who never got that chance maybe to be in school. But education has got one secret. When it comes to academic, does not really need somebody to be pushed. No at all. Because me, I've been with students, me, I've been with friends whom their parents used to push them very fast. They pushed them to study. They even paid for the extra tuition fee for them, so that by the time we are getting out of school, maybe we are closing school, these people will stay in school and maybe extend for 2 to 3 weeks. Parents really push. But if these students were not ready to study, they never changed, you know. So if Brian is not really ready to study, even if they employ 10 private teachers during the holiday, still he will not be interested on that. You know, what we need is all what we call prayers for this young man, so that he can grow slowly, go slowly, and gain maybe an interest of education. And from there, he will change gradually. That is what we can pray for him. But not just going there and pinning stories down. You know, we pray for him, because even if we push him, even if Maro could employ 10 private teachers, you know, look at how that home is busy. The home is very busy. Now you wanted, then Maro is busy running up and down to make sure that the construction is going well, everything is being put in position. Then the same home, the same compound, now you need another person there. The home, people are running up and down. Where could really Brian sit down and be that teacher now teach him about the good character and maybe about other subjects? They don't know even where Brian stopped. They don't know where. You know, people are really forgetting that Brian was not in school when Maro found him. Brian was not in school when Maro found him, because he told us that he has really left in school 3 months ago. Now, to go back, they have to go back and retrace and check on where did real Brian stopped, so that from there, because you cannot just go and get a teacher to start and teach Brian, and we don't know where Brian stopped. And even Brian, we cannot sometimes trust him. You know, Brian is what I have realized from this boy is an introvert. So he's an introvert, and sometimes when he sees that there is a lot of tension with people surrounding him, asking him many questions, he tends to finish this story with just saying yes. If you guys have really observed this from Brian, when you really question Brian many questions, what he does, he just say yes, it's true, and left it, just to make the story easy. So if these people, maybe they could bring a new teacher or a private teacher to this young man, and they ask him, where did you stop? Brian could not be able to recognize, or he could just accept that this is where I stopped, because he just want to learn. He just want to be taught, you know. He just want that teacher to teach him. So nobody knows where Brian stopped. Maro still have a tough time, a hard job to go back to their school. He collect the papers. He see where Brian stopped, where Brian dropped out of school, where Brian ran, so that they can start from there. It's not too late. Brian is very young. His brain is still fresh. He is able to capture things very fast. So give Maro enough time, you know. And those things that you guys were Carol trying to pray for young man like Brian, that is not really good. We really need to have a good and positive minds. Now imagine praying for that young man that he is not going to change. Is that really a good thing? Is that really something that we are showing out to the society? You know, if you don't have a content, if you have exhausted your content, switch the niche. Switch the niche. Because you cannot just sit down and start to say, okay, what can I talk about that construction? Because these people have really seen that when they go to see how the house is looking, very nice, no complications, very nice paint, glasses there, very nice iron sheets, tiles down, paint, everything. The house has a very good look. So they have really decided to, they are now getting guilty, or they are very shameful now to say that Maro has really played a good part, Maro has really done it. They are now feeling shame to congratulate Maro. Now they've Carol now gone and sat. She went and sat down and said, "So let me think about what am I going to react about. Let me now start to complain that Maro never employed a private teacher for Brian during the holiday." Now the holiday has already gone. Too late. And the last 2 weeks, you people, you were there. You never did such kind of a video telling Maro, because you are the people who are watching the game. You are the spectators. You are the people who know how to rectify mistake. And 2 weeks ago, you were watching Maro start in a house. Nobody came out with that idea. Because maybe, let us forgive Maro, maybe he was busy. Why didn't you came out with that idea early? Now the holiday has already ended. These people are going to go back to school. Brian is going back to school. Maro is going to trace and see, where did this boy real stopped? Where did this boy real dropped out of school? At which point, so that they can start from there. Now you are complaining about the private teacher. Now people are no more now complaining about the house. When they see the way the house is now looking, everything is marvelous, everything is stable, everything is clean. Now they want to look at different things. Let us see when Maro will finish that construction. Maro will finish that project and take the kid and take Brian to school maybe next week. I think not even maybe. It will be probably on Monday. And take Brian to school. Where will these people really get content from? Where are they really going to start from? Because that is a clear identity of content exhaustion. Like people are now, Maro have really shut down. Maro have really shut them down because the outlook of the house, guys, hey, nobody is now talking about the house because it's looking nice and nobody expected. People thought that, let us now watch. He's going to be sent money and build a small house. And Maro did it, a very big house, one and for all. And that house is going to be there for maybe Brian's family. If Brian will feel like, let me now build a small home or a small house for my kids outside there, he will do it. But that is going to be a main house for Brian, for life. Now he has shut down all the negative people. Now, Carol, when she saw that, she's now feeling shameful to compliment the house. Now what she's doing is now trying to come out with different things that are not even making sense. Trying to say that Maro could employ a private teacher for this young man. Carol, you were there when the construction was starting. You were there when Maro caught Brian stealing at his home. You were there. You were watching very keenly. You never raised up a such kind of issue. Now, because Maro has really accomplished his mission, has built a nice house, the way you people you never expected. Now you just come out and trying to tell people that Mara was supposed to employ a private teacher to teach this young man, so that when the school is going to be open, Brian will be a clever boy, or he will now stop stealing. But or else, if Mara never did that, believe me not that Brian is going to continue stealing from other students. That is what you can really go and sit down at your internet, your phone, your microphone, and pray for such young kid, and pray for such young boy. People outside here, I don't know what I can say. People outside here, I don't know which or what I can equalize them with. People are real evil. Because if you can pray for such kind of thing to somebody, a young kid, a young innocent boy, you know, do you know that Brian is innocent? The reason why Brian is doing such kinds of things is only that he had a poor parental care. He never came into, he never, how can I call it? He never took his time to be with the parents. Zero discipline from the parents, so that it was a very poor parental care. So that's the reason why the boy was never thought of how the world is. You know, sometimes for those people who have two parents in their home and they were grown with their parents, keep on praying for them, because that is one of the important things that people need in their life. Poor parental care usually lead to such kinds of things. You find that somebody is not concentrating on education, somebody is very disorganized. You have a disorganized life. But now, because Maro has shown up, the grandma is there, the house is there, Maro will be showing up. People are there to advise Brian, tell him, do this, you should not be this. Now he has come to realize, oh, that is how the world is moving. That is how things are being done. So I should do this and this. Because Mara gave him condition that if he's not going to change, he will never visit him for the next 2 years until he change, until he stay in school. So he have realized that in this world, now Marwa is what you call ulimwengu. So he has really realized that because the parents never gave him that instruction and that such kinds of discipline, now he have realized that still he need to be a man, he need to be somebody in the society. So let us pray for the young man and say, may God help him so that when he will go back in school, maybe he will be able to capture things easily, concentrate on education, he change, he start to be a good man, and that is what we are really praying for this young man, because he never got that parental care from their parents directly, biological parents. So, Carol, don't pray for that young man such kinds of words. Don't talk to such kind of words to that young man, trying to say that if Mara never did that, Brian is going to continue stealing from students in school. For sure, from my side, me I can say that one, it's not a good thing. Anyway, guys, so let me know what do you think about this Carol and this video in general. What do you think about these people who are trying to pin down, who are trying to criticize everything that Maro is doing? Because Maro has really shut down, have really closed their mouth when he has really built an amazing house, a clean house that is very visible. So these people are now feeling shameful, and now they are now starting to go back to petty things. Let us see. After Brian being taken to school, these people will go back now to grandma. She was supposed to be taken to the salon. She was supposed to do this. And then when Maro will do that, then these people will narrow down and start to go to Daniel's life. Now, they will never lack words to say. So what Maro needs to do is to be stable, keep going, focus, and put some cottons in the ears so that these people, their words will be blocked in Jesus' name. So thank you very much, guys. This is Village Echoes, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.